Alright, welcome back. So now this is around age 19 through 21. So, uh, basically, uh, I had a after I graduated from high school, got into college, and I had a college friend. It was a girl, and I was like, "Hey, how do you get girls or whatever to like you?" Because to be honest, I still had that abuse in my head. Like, I mean, the molestation, and I really was trying to figure out how far that affected me and my ability to get girls, or if they noticed, like if they could like instinctively notice or know what happened to me without me telling them, which is why they treat me like a monster or like a enemy or like a something to stay away from. So she started telling me, "Oh, you just gotta be a nice guy. You just gotta be nice and be respectful." And all throughout that year, I saw this guy. He would like smack girls' booties, and girls would turn around and look at him, and then they would like give the guys their numbers or whatever. And I just didn't want to smack no girl's butt. Like, what the heck? To me, that's abuse right there. Like, I mean, even though it buried my abuse, it didn't affect me on like a really terrible level like that. But it did affect me in the girl aspect and to getting a girl. I wanted to show my mom that I was a guy and I was straight. You know. So so they kept on avoiding me, treat me like I was a monster. I give flowers, it didn't work, all this stuff didn't work. And then the girl, she lied to me like I was working at GameStop, and she told me, "Oh, just meet me at the coffee at Starbucks." I was like, "Okay." I got off work from GameStop. I called her, "Where you at? Aren't you coming to GameStop? Aren't you coming to the Starbucks? I'm off work. You said he was going to do that." And then she's not answering the phone. And she's like, "Oh, I'm at the mall with my friend." I'm like, "What the heck?" I'm like, "Well, screw you. You're sitting there lying to me and stuff like that." And she's all like, "Oh, well, Elon, all you got to do is do this and do that." And then here she is. I'm like, "Yeah, but it seems like all these girls like is gangsters and bad boys and people who hurt them." I was like, "How can somebody like somebody who hurt them?" And that's why I didn't understand, because of the abuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the heck likes to be abused? Apparently, girls do. I don't get that. They like to be abused. It's so weird. It's weird. If you're not gonna hurt them, they don't want you, and I can't be evil. Like, I can't. So like what happened is that uh she's told me, "Oh, look at this guy," and she showed me all these pictures of these dudes. They look just like somebody out of the hip hop magazines. "Oh, look at this guy. He's got two Audis. He looks rich, and he doesn't his glasses look sexy, and oh, doesn't he look like Drake? Don't you just look at him? He's like 6 feet tall. He got look light skin. I love his tattoos." And that's when I first heard the list. That's when I first heard the list of the list that you got to be for females who like you: 6 feet tall, light skin, dreads, gangster, money, power, and fame, tattoos. I think that's it. 6 feet tall and above, light skin, tattoos, money, power, and fame, rich, uh, and bad boy and a gangster. Yeah, yeah. That was the first time I heard the list. um, so okay, so what happened was that like we stopped being friends because I got tired of her lying to me. So then I went to a strip club at the age of 21 for my birthday. Uh, my auntie's boyfriend and his friend, they took me to a strip club for the first time, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice." When I hit 21, and I was like, "Oh, they treated me differently." But of course, it was a service. You get treated differently in a strip club because it's a service. They don't actually like you. They're somebody you're paying for that, and like that's why I'm like, okay, so this, even if I had a girlfriend, even if people had girlfriends or boyfriends, if they went to a strip club, that's not really even cheating. They don't actually like you. It's a service. Like, if you're getting a service, I guess you can't cheat on anybody. I mean, I was single still, but it occurred to me that if they don't like you and it's just a service, it's just another lie that people say when that person was cheating at a strip club when it's a service. They don't like you for real. They don't want anything to do with you. It's a service. Okay. Um. So what I thought was, okay, well, maybe I have to offer myself up like the strippers, except I have to be a male stripper. So I started training dancing. I thought I had to be a male stripper because I thought, oh, okay, well then if God doesn't want me to have a girlfriend, then He doesn't want me to find somebody to find comfortable. I didn't even think about having sex with anybody. I just wanted somebody to share everything that I like doing. Fishing, camping. That was my thoughts of a girlfriend. Feeling safe enough to even have sex if that was ever going to be a thing, ever. I was always shying away from it. I had girls in high school that wanted to have sex with me all the time. I was a virgin, and they wanted to take my virginity. They wanted to collect me like a trophy. I didn't want to be collected. I didn't want to be collected. So, I was like begging God, like, please, I never thought in my whole life I would be a stripper. Please don't let me be a stripper. Please. Just don't. I don't want to be a freaking stripper. Like, but in my head, it was really leaning towards that because every time I try to get a girl, like, they would always ask me on the third day, "Are you a virgin?" And I say yes. They won't like me. And then I would get letters, or they would call me saying, "You're too nice for me. I'm sorry." I got one from my yearbook saying, "Oh, well, you're too nice for me. I like guys who call me," excuse my language, is her words. "Yeah, I like guys who call me a bitch to their friends and in front of them and who smack me around and who hit on me. I told you, girls like abuse. I don't know why. Don't make sense, but they don't want to be treated right." But it's so weird because on Facebook and on the media and on YouTube, they always talk about they want to be treated right. It's all bullshit. It's all lies. And the only and remember, like the only people they're talking about, is like the list. Like the only people they want is the list. The 6 feet tall, light skin, tattoos, dreads, gangster, money, power, and fame, and rich. Like that's all. So anytime they're talking about I want a guy, I can't get a guy, that's who they're talking about. They're not talking about anybody that's other than that. They lie a lot, a whole lot. Heck, a lot of times they told me, I would tell them that why girls always like that. And it's so funny because the more older I got, the more I understood about their lies. Like the girls would say this right here. They would say, I started figuring things out. They would say, not all girls are like that. I'm like, okay, great. But then I used to think, okay, that means that she's not like that. Wrong. I was asking God for wisdom because I needed help. You know what I'm saying? So when a girl says not all guys are like that, that doesn't mean that she herself isn't like that. She's telling you that not all guys are like that, but really she is like that. She is. But she's telling you not all girls are like that to throw you off. But she's probably like that. And another thing is that when they say not all girls are like that, they never tell you where the girls are that aren't like that. They never introduce you to any girls that are not like that. And then like when like you have a breakup or some weird stuff where it doesn't work out, the girl say, "Oh, you're such a nice guy. Oh, I would be, oh, you're such a nice guy. I don't see how you're still single." So then when you try to, when you try to actually say what's up to that person who said, "I don't see why you're still single," they don't want to say anything to you. They ignore you. So that's a lie right there. They just lie all over the place. I don't know what's wrong with these chicks. They lie everywhere. But still try to find that one. And I had this one time when I did actually get a girlfriend. She was white. I had this black girl saying, "Oh, you can't find a strong black woman." I'm like, "No, I can't." And she's like, "Oh, what'd you say to me?" I'm like, "I can't. Like, I can't find a strong black woman. Like, I can't find a strong black woman who's willing to say hi." She can't even say hi. The white girls say hi. Heck, they stop me at hi. They call me, say, "Oh, you're ugly to my face," and stuff like that. Or, "You need to be taller. You need to be meaner." I mean, one time I was meaner to this one girl, and when she didn't like me anymore after that, it got mean. I stopped getting her stuff. Another thing I found out, for all you boys out there, who's too nice and who's buying girl stuff, ask them if they have a boyfriend. This is what I figured out. So you just ask them if they have a boyfriend, and then they say yes. That's your cue to stop buying them stuff. That saved me so much money. Like I was always so nice because the church mind was like, what if this is God? God coming in these shapes and sizes. What if this is God testing me, seeing if I'm going to give him money? You know, maybe and then they put that hope out there that like they like you, they'll give you a kiss or a hug, or maybe they want to try to be with you and try to share your life with you and do fun stuff you like to do and be your companion and stuff like that. No, it's like the only one that can be your companion is a dog. That's pretty jacked up, but hey. But so say that like I got the anxiety of always having to give out money and buy them drinks and buy the girl stuff. All you gotta do is ask them, "Do you got a you got a boyfriend?" The moment they say yes, good. Yeah, well, okay, that's what your boyfriend's for. Ask your boyfriend why he give you money. It's perfect, perfect. Uh, you know, it's perfect. And a lot of things, when I actually did get a girlfriend, I found out, there's excuses and then there's results. The girls want you to provide results while they will only provide you with excuses. Excuses does not provide results. Okay. Um, and I found out about condom. You want to use a condom. And when a girl says that, oh well, I can't get pregnant. Well, that's okay. That's on her. That's her birth control. Like you got to use birth control. You know what I'm saying? Like the girl has her own. She has like 7. She has way less of an excuse to not be using any I'm sorry, to not be using any birth control than you. That's all I can say. You got one option, and when a girl tries to take away your one option, which is the condom, that's it. Because vasectomy or whatever you call it, like that can come with complications or whatever, where like the sperm lodges up in your testicles and it it like swells up or something. And so when you have a girl and she says that, oh, I don't like birth control because of the hormones, that's where you go to Walmart and you get VCF. It's a vaginal contraceptive film, and you use this on every single girl. I don't care if she's taking the pill, because some girls don't know how to take a pill. They take the pill. They only take the pill like when they have sex. Some do. And Facebook's really bad because they want to get pregnant so that they can catch up with their siblings or their friends, and they'll want to rush marriage. So if you're going to be marrying anybody, get a prenup, because you never know when you're going to be rich. You never know when you're gonna have money. You never know when you're going to like come up with your own business or something like that, or somebody dies and they wrote your name down for a trust fund or something weird. You never know. So I mean, because for a guy, there's no benefit for a guy to get married. I mean, the benefit all lies in a woman's hand. Child support lies in a woman's hand. Having a child lies in a woman's hand. The woman can take half of everything you earn. You can come in. You can come in a marriage with most of your stuff. Some stuff you got for free. If you can't afford to replace everything, don't get married. And when she's saying her vow, all the promises she made you, before you get saying that, oh, she'll do this and that after you guys get married, all the promises that she made you, if she does not say that and put those in her vows, because you will, you trust yourself. If she doesn't put that in her vows, then that's how you know she lied to you. None of those promises she's willing to keep. She ain't vowing to keep any of those promises. Like walk off the stage, save your families the headache, and your siblings the headaches, and your friends. Like save them the headache. Um, Let them take their food back home for the reception and all that stuff, because she's lying. Another thing is that if she starts with the prenup, like it protects the guy, and another thing, like with kids, if she has any kids on you, or if she gets pregnant, or so, oh, I guess the condom broke or whatever. Um, so like use a condom always. Try all the different ones, but make sure to always use one 100% of the time. Like, don't ever go in her raw. But if you do go in her raw without a condom, make sure that you have put VCF, because that's what she could use. Now, if a woman has a job and she's not on any birth control, That's pathetic. Like she's trying to get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Or she's always talking about babies and marriage all the time. Like make sure you get a prenup. If she's not willing to wait for you to have a prenup, she's trying to take a bunch of stuff from you. Don't do that. So, I mean, like, and I wouldn't be having kids right now anyway, especially now because jobs aren't guaranteed. For the amount of jobs that's going out of business and the amount of kids that are being born, there won't be any jobs for them. You know what I mean? Too many jobs going out of business, too many layoffs happening, too many girls out on the streets, too many girls out on the streets asking people for money and things like that. Yet they're continuing to have kids because of like Facebook, like that Facebook pressure. I mean, I get like if your sibling has a baby, you want to have a baby too. You want to your sibling, but if they're just your friend and your friend gets married, so you're trying to rush a marriage, some stuff like that, like nah, like get a prenup, lay down everything you need to lay down, and if any baby, I don't care if because 30% of the guys who's had children got tested. Only 30% of like the United States of the guys that's got paternity tests, and 80% of the babies wasn't theirs, and that's only of the 30% that got tested. So every baby needs a paternity test. I don't care how much you trust your girl. I don't care if you say the baby looks just like you. Let's remember, the women have lists. The girls out here have a list. The 6 feet tall, light skin, tattoos, all that stuff. If the baby looks just like you, that's because she messes with copies. She messes with guys who looks just like you. So yes, the baby looks just like you because she only messes with that list. Okay? So the thing is to get tested. The reason being to get tested is because for our paternity test is because the blood work, you know what type of blood the baby has. Because this is the reason. It's for you, it's for the male because you only have a year and a half to get tested to prove the kid's not yours so that you don't pay child support. But it's the most beneficial thing. One of the other half of this is for the child. Because if she goes to the club and she gets impregnated and then the guy gives her a fake name, tells her how rich he is and all that stuff, to have sex with her, and then she gets impregnated by the guy and then tries to pin that baby on you, the issue is that she doesn't really know the guy. The guy gave her fake email address, all this fake stuff, fake name. She doesn't know him. She doesn't know his family history. And the thing about a paternity test is a paternity test will be able to give the child a chance at living because if that person has some very bad hereditary diseases, elements, that child needs to know what those are so that it has a chance to live and it doesn't live up in a hospital in a bed because like the child has a right to know its family history. Now, there's one thing that the girls do say that's the truth. And they say that I agree with this 100%. What the girls say is, y'all men need to take care of y'all kids. Take responsibility for your kids. Now, I'm doing that right now. This is how you do it. They are right. So, to take responsibility for your kids, when you're a woman or when a woman wants a kid, you go to the internet, you type in, how much money do I need to have to raise a kid from 0 to 21 and see what that price is. If right now I think it's like $250,000. If you do not make $250,000 or if you do not have that, and that's for one kid, if you don't make that, if you don't have that money sitting in the bank to prepare for your kids, and that's like before college, so that's with no college, okay? If you don't have that $250,000, don't have a kid. Take a look at the world and see if there is jobs being created fast enough for your child to thrive and actually get jobs. Okay, take a look at your child's skin color and see if his chances and his name, to see if his name is too ethnic to get a job or things like that. Take a good look at your financial situation. This is your job as a man. The women are absolutely right. If you do not, you need to take responsibility for your kids. Now, don't wait till they get there. Don't get tricked by the women and wait till they get there. You need to take responsibility for your kids before the kids get there. Because these chicks out here, they homeless. They don't got no homes. They pinning the stuff on the dads while they're sitting there collecting money. Because the most important thing, like with children, like with a marriage, if you get married and you don't have a prenup, if you're married her for 10 years and she leaves, that's the worst thing to know, because whatever half you guys contribute to a relationship is going to be taken. Okay, that makes sense, but alimony doesn't make sense, because what she's going to, in order for her to get alimony, she's going to say, they're going to say, why do you need alimony? And she's going to, this is where you figured out the girl that she was with for all that time was just a prostitute, because she's going to say, oh, I need money because for having sex with him. That's how she gets the alimony. So because she has sex with you, she wants to be paid. She wants money. Like if you like, that's got to be the most terrible thing. That's one of the most terrible things to find out. Is that your woman was a prostitute this whole time. Like she wants money for having sex with you, just like prostitutes. You know what I mean? Like that's terrible. You don't want to find that out. You want to have a freaking prenup. Okay, like that's whole heartbreaking. 10 years, and you got to pay her for life. Like every 2 days that you're married to a woman, you have to pay her 1 day of alimony. Like money. But like with the kid, I highly advise don't do that. Okay? Because they have right now the laws for the kids and the alimony and the marriage laws for men, it's no benefit. Like women have everything, they get everything. Pretty much default. Um So don't be having kids right now. Like take the woman's advice. You need to take responsibility for your kids. Do your research. Do you have the $250,000? If you don't have it, don't have no kids. Do you have a home to do that? Do you have lots of jobs to fall back on? Is there lots of jobs available so you lose a job, you can continue living, you can continue with your job? Are you able to take care of the kid when if you have the savings to take care of the kid when if you lose a job or if she loses a job? If is the economy stable? Do your research. Like take these women's advice. But the way they're meaning it is just a way to get what the heck they want, though. I mean, I took their advice in the sense that they are right, and they are. But not in the sense that they want it. They only say stuff to validate their arguments so that they can make excuses to not provide any results to keep getting what they want. But the thing is that they are right though. So make sure that you are using a condom all times. Make sure you're using the condom that you provide, not one she provides. It could have holes in it. And make sure that if she says she can't get pregnant or ask her if you don't want kids, please always be upfront. Always tell the truth with your chick. And don't go talking behind her back. None of that stuff. To tell her first. She gets firsthand notice. She gets firsthand what the problem in relationships is. So that way, if you do tell anybody, she got told first. You wasn't talking behind her back. What's the issue in the relationship? Sex, money, the finances, who does what in the house, with living together, things like that. It's just, some stuff, I heard. There's some stuff that you got to figure out. Okay? Now, if the relationship starts feeling all fake and she keeps providing you with excuses, but you've got to keep providing results, relationship is unhealthy. So I hope this helps some of the guys out there. This is not too much of a paranormal thing. But this is like, something where you got to like battle, the lies. You got to battle the lies correctly and understand what they're happening from. But I'm sorry that was such a long segment. But we're still in ages 19 to 20. Oh, I'm sorry. Still in ages 19 to 21. So, in this house that I'm with my mom in, it's like in 1400. And we're in St. Louis now. So when I have a closet, like, and when I would go to sleep, when I would go to sleep, I turn this way, and behind me, I swear, like there'd be like this. I can see in my head behind me there is a tall, dark shadow, and it's always behind me, watching me sleep. And I'm like, oh, crap. So even now, I still didn't know anything about no New Age. I still don't know anything about no witchcraft. So I guess me and Jesus are just full of witchcraft. So that's terrible. Whatever. And so, shoot, me and Jesus, boy, we can't get no break, huh? Full witchcraft. Walking on water, doing all that stuff. Witchcraft. Surviving death. Witchcraft. Seeing spirits. Witchcraft. The devil. Demons. Me and Jesus, boy, we witchcraft. But it's whatever. They accept him though, but they don't accept me. Well. Anyway, so that's what I would always notice. Like something would be behind me, sitting there, staring at me, watching me sleep, and it would come out the closet. So freaky, and I'd feel it there, like I would feel it behind me, like a cat's hair standing up on your, like a cat, how a cat's hair stands up on its back. Like I would feel that thing sitting there. A lot of times, like another thing I notice with the spirits and things like that is that your lighting. Like let's say you do have some activity going on and you see spirits or whatever. Sometimes stuff moves. Sometimes lights turn on, radio, whatever. Ever turn on a light? And every day you turn on a light, some days you turn on a light or you turn on a light to your room or a room. It's darker than usual, but it's the same amount of lumens in the light and it's the same amount of light, but it's like dark. Like that was always a giveaway. That slightly darker room from a light. From the same light every day. Some days the light's brighter, like nothing's in there, but some days the light's darker because something is in there. And you walk in there and it's a little bit chilly. I'm telling y'all, like, that's a giveaway. Something's in there. Try to rebuke it. You can do what I do, like, I just press energy out in like an energy blast, I don't know. I kind of go like this. Breathe in the air, and then feel the warmness go up your arms, like this. And then hold it in your hands, and then hold it out in front of you. Bring the air out right here, the warmness, spread it out like a line, and then push it, like that. And then that should get rid of them, whatever that's there. Because they operate on that level, where you can't see, but your thoughts and your energies over there on that level, so that should get rid of them. Okay. Also, I went to the bathroom, and I knew that me and my sister, we was getting ready to go somewhere. So we was in the bathroom, brushing our teeth, whatnot. It's still ages 19 to 21. And all of a sudden, I knew that the lights was going to turn off, and the door was going to lock. I don't know why we had the door closed. It was just me and her in the bathroom, getting our hair ready, brushing our teeth, washing our face. We was getting ready to go somewhere, I think out of town. So we were just in the bathroom together. Like, the bathroom was big enough, so we just brushed our teeth, boom, boom, boom. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh, shoot, Shayla. I was like, the lights fixing to turn out. They getting ready to turn out. They getting ready to turn off. And she was like, what? It's like, the lights getting ready to turn off. So I hear this click, and I hear this lock, and I was like, man, I knew it. And so I'm like trying to get out, like, help, 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 help. You know, nobody hearing me, blah, blah, blah. So I finally calmed down. I unlocked the door. I opened it. And then I like ran to my auntie and I gave her a hug and I was all shaking out, scared. My sister was like, hey, how'd you know the light was going to turn off? It was a feeling. Trust me. All right, that's all for this segment.